is Ms. Manima Jane of Gujarat University. The topic of today's webinar is Bridging the Gap, Celebrating Women's Diversity and Empowerment. Just 2 days ago, on the 8th of this month, was International Women's Day. Women in all walks of life were celebrated. Their contributions to national development and then the development of the world at large was recognized. It's a day that is dedicated to celebrate women in different aspects of development, ranging from business, health, education, agriculture, engineering. We have women in STEM. We have women that are leaders. I mean, the government of the Gambia has had women that have been ministers. I mean, they've had women who have held high positions in government. We have women that have been vice presidents. And within Africa alone, we have women that have been presidents, the likes of Samia Suluhu Hassan, the president of Tanzania, and then the likes like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the former president of Sierra Leone. So women have continued to contribute to national development since the inception of whatsoever, since a long time ago. And their contributions cannot be overemphasized. So on the 8th of March is a day that is dedicated to women to celebrate their efforts, their contributions to national development. So today's webinar is basically based on this topic. Before going further, can we have a 2 minutes prayer, individual prayer, please? I mean, all right. Today's webinar, we have 3 speakers. One of them is our very own Karamo, Secretary General of the 7 Executive Council. And then we have Ms. Dibba, the former president of GAM, and of course, Ms. Penda, the Njie, the Chancellor at the High Commission in Gambia. But before inviting the speakers, I'll invite my co-host to read the biography of Mr. Karamo, who is our first speaker for today's webinar. Ma?
Okay, before welcoming our guests, we would like, as the norm and value, to welcome the President of the Gambian Students in India, Ms. Adamaba. Adama, please, you are welcome to give a opening remark. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for giving me this opportunity once again. Um, it is an honor to be here again and to have such a very important webinar, especially a webinar that is concerning my gender. So, but before then, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Auntie Penda, the presence of Rohi, of course, the first ever female president of Gambian students in India, and then thank you so much, Karamo, for standing out for our gender today. And then, yeah, and other invitees such as ASI President and Vice President Aisha, and then Morocco and Ghana. It is an honor to have you here today. So today, celebrating women's diversity and empowerment, it's a crucial fostering inclusivity and progress in our society. Recognizing the recognizing and honoring the diverse experience, the perspective, and the contributions of women from all backgrounds enriches our collective understandings and then strengthen in our communities. Empowering women involve creating opportunities, actually, creating opportunities for them to thrive, ensuring equal right, access to education, healthcare, and goes on, and even resources. It is about dismantling the barriers and then dismantling barriers and bias while promoting the gender equality in all spheres of life. Let us celebrate and support the women's diversity, empowering every day. So it is important that we have at least some of the men here, the gentlemen here, to listen to such an important webinar because sometimes they feel to understand. It is not about the 50-50 that people understand, but it is all about empowering women. It is all about helping women or uplift themselves. It is about helping women to develop, helping women to actually thrive in their careers, in their talent. So it is indeed an honor to have some of the men here, such as YS, Jeng, and everyone here. I will thank you all, and then I think I will give the opportunity to the heroine, the real heroines, to disintegrate into the topics, inshallah. Thank you so much for having me, and then back to you, Ma and Aisha. Thank you. Thank you for having you all here.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for that welcoming speech. I think, Mana, you can read Karamo's biography so we can start the webinar proper.
Okay, thank you. Madam President, we thank you so much for those briefings. It's indeed a honor to have you here. And first and foremost, as we are, the agenda today is about celebrating women's diversity and employment. One of us, who is you, as the president of the Gambian students in India, who is a female. Madam President, we celebrate you today and forever among the whole star of the women. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
Ma.
now we will start inviting our guests. But starting, I would like to brief you about the biography of someone, and that is this man hails from the Sanimentan constituency of Brufut, just west of north of Combo. He has garnered much acclaim for his biography title, Seldet Golden Tear Silent, 2020, and his moment in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. The way you think determines your success. Those are his words. He is one of the contributors of J.J. Rowling Bilingual Memorial, published and launched by Pan-African Writer Association Ghana in 2021. He was also an executive, a copyright secretary writers association Gambia in 2019, from 2019 to 2021. He is a current student of physiotherapy at LNCT University, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, here in India, where he is studying his favorite passion. This man spent most of his time reading, traveling the world, and studying sport medicine. He got his diploma in football medicine by FIFA and sport physiotherapy by Royal School of Business, Rajasthan, India. An admitted sport fanatic, he feed his addiction to football by immensely rendering field of play emergency services for the Gambia Football Federation Medical Department from 2012 to 2018, a period of 6 years. Most of his lower career as a traditional born settler and hidden fan of Manchester United Football Club in UK. He is currently a staff of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Bangor, the Gambia. And this is no one else but the famous Karamo B. Touray, also called Fisher, the Gambia's Nespet. Please join hand with me to welcome Karamo B. Touray, the Gambia's Nespet. Karamo, the podium is yours as of now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. Karamo, you are muted. You can speak now. Karamo, you are not audible. Are the rest of you hearing him?
Karamo, can you please check your connection or something is wrong there?
Okay, before Karamo comes back, that was a very rich biography. And thank you for that well-read biography, Ma. Karamo is a physiotherapy student, like Ma rightly read. And then, as all of us knew, his WhatsApp name is Physio. So he's been contributing a lot when it comes to GAM when it comes to things that involve students with
up to her place of work. That can also serve as we can also serve as a companion. So that's why we introduced this particular topic. The fitness combination, like exercise, like we all know, um, medications change physiology, but they can't change physics. So for that being the case, it is important for every gender to maintain his or her health status in order for us to remain physically and mentally fit as well. And one of the conditions that affect women most which is going to be thematic based on this year's International Women Day celebration. That's we will be looking at endometriosis. Endometriosis is one of conditions that disturb women very well. And how does the disease or how does the condition looks like? We are going to give it to you in a very brief layman term because you understand. I understand that most of the students here are not medical students, so it's like that will also so that we not confuse them with jargons. Endometriosis is a disease usually that affects the senior lining of the uterus. When you talk about uterus, this is it's a specific organ in human being, especially only in females that it used to be. So in this particular condition, the growing of the uterus is always the lining of the uterus is always outside the uterus, and it causes some severe pain that arises from the pelvis. That's the waist, and also it makes it harder for the woman to get pregnant during this procedure. Endometriosis can also start from the person's post-menstrual period and also last until at his or her menopause. Sorry. Um, it can also cause some chronic inflammatory. When we say inflammation, what is an inflammation? Inflammation, these are they are those sharp or numbness pain that happens, like a kind of a tingling sensation that occurs, which can also cause like adhesion and can also live with fibrosis. Fibrosis, when we come to fibrosis, because we are not in medical school, we will not be giving you some basic terminology so that you will not scratch your head with some of the meanings or whatsoever. But to cut it short, it's like it grows within the pelvis, and also in other parts of the body, it can also grow. One of the symptoms, when we say symptoms, these are clinical manifestations that comes along with endometriosis. During your period, the woman experiences some pains or some pains during or after sex. She can also notice those pains. Also, when urinating or defecating, the person find it difficult by not with sharp pain, by experiencing sharp pain. Chronic pelvic pain also is very common. Pelvic, when we talk about pelvic in the layman term, we call it a waist. Ndiga and go away, right? So that we can all understand. Okay.
Sorry to
So,
interrupt you, SG. Do you want to present something? Because when I logged in, I saw a, a screen that was displayed. Was it yours?
you are not seeing it?
No, we are not seeing the presentation.
Karamo, can you do this to me? Just forward me these slides. Let me help. Okay.
Okay.
You are seeing it now?
Well, yes. Thank you.
Are you seeing it?
Yes, thank you.
All right, sorry for that, please. I was all alone thinking you were seeing my side.
No. But it's visible now, thank you.
All right. One of the signs and symptoms, like the person, the pain may be noticeable most of the period. These are the period that the person may notice pain, like during a period, she may notice pain. During or after having sex, you also experience this kind of pain. And like when also person you urinating or defecating like when he is passing school, she feel pain. And also some people also experience chronic pelvic pain in some moment because as we know, due to our body nature, all of us perceive pains in a different ways. But pain is just a pain, hence it's an unpleasant sensation, so pain is a pain. Um, Deep bleeding can also occur during this period. In that interval of between period, also it can occur. The person may get trouble in getting pregnant. She also may get what they call bloating or nausea. Nausea is like the person when she is sitting down, there is an preemptation of vomiting. That can also occur. Um, She can also be fatigue like general weakness to musculature. She can also feel like fatigue. She will feel very lazy, depression or anxiety. This may also occur. Of course, management is like what can the person do? One of the things that the person can do is like walking is also advised. which we will show some videos later. Yoga is also advised. Swimming also is advised. Biking, training in strength also is advised. Trekking is also advised. But in order for us to also be aware of something as both gender, one of the things that are very, very important that can also arise when what females feel difficulty most of the time is during pregnancy, because during this period, one goes through what they call physiological and anatomical changes. These anatomical and physiological changes, there are some things that will happen. Although, like when you go to bit of these things, people will be like, ah, hence all these ladies, most of them will be like, they will be like, hence these things are there. I don't think. But these are things that will happen. Like, but as a man, what is the lesson here to learn? When you see, when your lady is at this period, you have to be very, very conscious. You have to understand her than any other person because she is there for you. You have to understand it. So that's why we are bringing things so that we understand it from layman terms. So like when a lady is at this period, you will be understanding, be able to understand her in the period. Like during pregnancy. Pregnancy is although pregnancy has a lot of pregnancy has its own complications and it has its own reasons that people also felt it in a different way, psychologically and physically. They also felt it in a different way. But it's like for somebody who doesn't know what is pregnancy, you will say it's a natural process. It's just a woman's
Excuse me, Karamo.
Huh?
Karamo, I'm sorry for cutting your presentation. It's not to distract, but I just wanted to inquire whether this webinar is being recorded. If it's being recorded, I'll ask for permission for it to be shared to me as well to share with partners because it's honoring to see students that have different backgrounds but interested in a topics like this. Thank you. Sorry. Please go ahead.
Uh, your voice was echoing from my end.
Okay, can I come in, please? She was
Yeah,
just
my
inquiring whether it is being recorded. Thank you, Penda, for that question. It is being recorded, yeah. It is recorded. Thank you for that inquiry. Karamo, you can go on, please.
All right. Now we can continue. For example, during pregnancy, we understand that like it's a natural process. It must happen. So that's what all of us are praying for it to happen because that's where the development of humanity comes to play. But like in week 0 during pregnancy, this is the first week of pregnancy. It is referred to as pregnancy, although what is like in mostly human is not actual pregnant. But there are clinical manifestations. When we say clinical manifestation, there are signs. In our local language, they go on like if I'm under the again be the so you are a man in the house, you should be able to understand her during this period so that at least there will be that kind of communication, ease communication within the family. Because feeling definitely again, most of the lapses can come in marriage if you didn't understand each other mostly. So clinical manifestation is that she will miss her period. Source or tenderness of breast will happen, feeling more tiredness. So you as a man, your role here is if there is somehow job you can help. You there is a sign of nausea, morning sickness will also happen, and these are like the person who in the morning she will feel very lazy. So you can also take up some responsibilities from our end. Now the most important part is like in week 12. Week 12, this is the nature. So it's like the clinical manifestation. The baby is already inside the fetus, and it's about this length is already there. What that is 5.4 centimeter long from the head at the bottom maximum. It looks like a plum. If I say plum, most of you know what is called a plum. But most physiological things that are present during these periods are internal organs, and also most women have grown up with it. The heartbeat also keep on popping, and also during this period, you are also advised so that as a man also your role comes to play here. Escort heart, these scans are very, very important. And in our traditional society, people who have that notion, they will be saying like, okay, uh, man, yalla rek mo xam ni, yalla rek, everything. Most of us we speak like we communicate to God already. So during this period, you have to notice that the woman scannings are required so that you can be able to notice the nature of the child. Possibly, there is also that gender determination will be there at this stage. But in some professionals will tell you, they will give you a percentage of high probability that the baby will be a boy or will be a girl. So you can be able to know this stage. You can also help because this stage also will help you. You as a man, you can do some operations like clothing and other things. You can be able to do those ones, for example. Skeleton also during these which are not there are scientific terms that we will not also bother you with most and admin into the bone. Clinical manifestation in the woman is what we are interested in. There are symptoms like stomach ache, nausea, that is preempting to vomit. Also, mood swing. Mood swing is like it would be like most of the time if you get a remote, why do you do this? Why did you enter in my house without seeing? All those complaints, most of us receive those complaints. So at this stage, you will be, but these are like, you should not blame her for anything. You should know that she's in another critical stage, that you were not as a man, so you're supposed to accompany her. Week 30 of pregnancy, this is what is called third trimester, and the symptoms that the lady perceive at this stage is sleeping problems, like she has a feeling of tiredness and also stretch marks, which could also mark on her stomach area, and that can also change physiologically, can change the body nature. Swollen and bleeding. But during this stage, you also have to be by her, supporting her in some of the domestic works that she cannot do in order to help her go. With 37, also, pregnancy of a woman is seen in the following phases. That's like blocked mucus, like she can also because of digestive sickness in the mouth, she will be like that digestive problem will pass out, and also back pain, she will experience back pain, or to going to the toilet and all other things. Sorry to use some of these words, but it's like we are just trying to make things very, very easy so that all of us can understand. This week of postpartum, this is very, very important. Postpartum is very, very important of pregnancy. In postpartum pregnancy, within 24 hours, the birth is like, sometimes people also perceive at this stage. But you have to go and see a pediatrician which are specialized in child health. This will help the woman, especially newborn, in a physical status. In case of any malformations, like there is any disability that would like to offer, they will be able to help her. John, that's also in the display. That's like sort of like headache, chronic headache. They can also come with this at this stage. They also affect the lady and also as well as the child. So when you help at this stage, also the child also, like for example, the woman delivery during this period, extra exercises. But we, in our society, we are not doing some of these exercises, and which are very, very important. That is pelvic floor rehabilitation. Remember, look at the three diagrams. Look at the first diagram, 6 weeks and day one after pregnancy, after delivery. Look at still the stomach hasn't gone back, but something has to happen there because there is already physiological changes. She has to go through a rehabilitation process. So those rehabilitation process, the exercise must be given, and the aim of this is the position of the exercise. This is a physiotherapy, and this person can be able to assist the lady by providing these type of exercise to her so that she can be able to have strength of her pelvic muscles so that she couldn't have a condition called incontinence. Incontinence is a condition that a woman develops mostly after pregnancy because like her she will have inability to control urine or defecation most of the time. So in order to do this kind of exercise will help her in order to give her strength to pelvic floor muscles. The benefits of this, the name of the exercise is called Kegel exercise. It improves sexual response and functions, and it also recovers from physical stress of a childbirth. It also prevents and treat urinary stress, incontinence, also increase the thickness of vaginal wall and lubrication after menopause. Restoration of vaginal muscles also happens, and also it improves vaginal health as well. It increases blood flow and also enough supply of the pelvic region. Nerves, these are channels that supply the muscles. In order, that's why you and me can be able to live somehow. But the moment our nerves are weak or they are injured, we cannot be able to, our muscles cannot be able to active 100%. So doing these kind of exercises with a specialist can help the lady. All right. The other one that we have, like during the duration of the is determined by the therapist, and the person must be able to help the lady. Of course, in physiotherapy, there are most of the people are not specialized in this area. This area is for the ladies because that's where they have advantage among us as men in the field. Okay. The other position that we have is like the position the lady will lie down on this way, and in a progression, it will also go against the gravity. When we say against gravity, most of us understand because gravity is pulls an object towards the ground. So during this stage, the lady will aim that he is getting up from her back, and to do this kind of exercise. I will show you a video in a very short minute. Proper sitting posture also should be maintained during this period. Help her to maintain a proper sitting position because you feel very lazy. You as a man also accompany her from this process. Know that she is from a labor, and a labor is a difficult state. Help her to maintain sleeping posture. Help her to maintain sitting posture because that will be able to help her so that whenever she stood in front of you, you look like a new fully born baby as well. Not only your baby that is considered. So now we're going to look at the one of the exercises that we will look. I will stop sharing my screen and I will bring that other person also out. Okay. So these are the exercises that usually people do during this stage.
This helps in opening your tightness in your groins and your hips.
Is it audible?
Yes, you are. You mean the video or you? Sorry.
Is it? Yeah. The lady is talking. I don't know whether it's audible from your end.
No, it's not. Can you play it?
Okay. Sorry, please. This is called yoga. See the posture. This is the way the exercise can be performed as an individual. This is not only because it is not 100% according to research. It is not 100% proven that it can prevent you from endometriosis. But it's like it can also help alleviate or to prevent it from worsening situation. From any muscular atrophy that can also cause contracture during severe pain, during the menstrual cycle, during going through any dysmenorrhea. So it's like the exercise can be done even those of us who are healthy, these kind of exercises, as well as many people.
Tightness in your groins and your hips. Make sure your breath is really normal. To intensify the stretch of your groins, pull your feet closer to
This is the next step. You can also exercise.
lie down in position, raise your legs, lift your hips, and support your. Stay there for. Now bend the right knee against the forehead. Bring your left leg above the head and to the ground. Keep the back support. then release. So this helps in opening your tightness in your hips. Make sure your breath is normal. To intensify the stretch in your lungs, pull your feet closer to your pelvis and begin to flap for a couple of times. Move your legs apart. You can reach far down as you can. And if you're here all the way down with your arms stretched out, try to lift your head up, bring your chin down with your eye being in. Stay in the with normal breathing. Now don't you breathe down? Open your legs out. Inhale and out. Now lift your navel about the ground level. Push your pelvic bone down. Protrude your pelvic bone down and then elbows straight. Push the shoulders back. When you join so that your arms be more, but your stretch will be. Inhale, then arch. Drop your shoulders back. Then arch. Now close. After joining your joint and see.
Okay. Now we are. These are the videos. How many of you can do this exercise? I asked.
What is the question, SD?
How many of you can perform this exercise?
How many of
Actually,
us?
I do yoga, so I can do some of it.
I believe Auntie Penda can.
Yeah, I do yoga for the management of endometriosis.
Oh my God. So that's the beginning. So now we have seen that's the end of my presentation. Thank you all. And if there are any questions, we'll be able to do.
All right. Okay.
I
Okay.
have,
Thank you, Mr. Yes, Auntie Penda.
yeah, I have a question.
All right.
I have noted that you have done a beautiful definition of endometriosis, the symptoms attached to it, and how yoga and sports can help in its management. But
Yes.
also, there are other conditions like chronic fatigue syndrome and weak bones that comes to the table when it comes to endometriosis and the systems that it can affect. Now,
Yes.
how would you recommend for dealing with weak bones and weak joints and bone pain and arthritis
Um,
practically?
excuse me,
Um,
Auntie Penda.
yes,
Sorry for
now.
interrupting you. We have a question and answer session after the presentation for time
Okay,
management.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Karamo Touray, the able Secretary General of the Association, for that very detailed and educative presentation on endometriosis. Actually, endometriosis is a disease that affects the endometrium, that is the inner lining of the uterus, like the SD rightly mentioned. And it is important that a man is doing this presentation. It shows the importance of men's participation when it comes to women's health, when it comes to knowing some of the physiological changes that happen to women. Like women are your partners, they are your sisters, they are your mothers. So it is important to participate in their health and well-being. So thank you, SD. Thank you for that very detailed presentation. I'd like to recognize the presence of Mr. Malik Job, the president of the Confederation of Gambian Students Abroad, and of course, the vice president of ASI, Isa Abid. Your Excellencies, thank you for joining, and it's an honor to have you both here. Now we'll have a presentation by Ms. Roheyatou Dibba, the former president of GAM and the first ever female president of the association. So, ma'am, before Ms. Rohi starts her speech, can we have a brief biography of her, please?
Thank you, Asadu, for those briefing. And guess your presence are detected. And also, I will not forget to recognize the presence of the former president of the Gambian students in India, That is Dauda Bojang. Thank you, Dauda, for coming in. It's a pleasure to have you here. I was surprised to see you, but nevertheless, that's you. Dauda, Gambian is for Dauda, and Dauda is for Gambian.
Leave
Dauda,
us alone.
Dauda, thank you for coming. And the next is the biography of the upcoming guest. That is, who is a water engineer by professor. She is a water engineer who is committed to working with a team of young and talented professionals in designing, building, supervision, and maintaining large water and wastewater projects. According to her, she believes that commitment to work is the key to produce quality infrastructure that makes engineering remarkable. She did obtain her bachelor degree in civic engineering from Lovely Professional University. That's from a period from 2018 to 2022. She then served as a water engineer for several projects in the Gambia and abroad, like Zanzibar Water Design Team, that is in Tanzania, GAM and WASIP, with the aim of increasing water production, wastewater management, and sustainability. According to her, she believes that the best way to predict the future is by making it. With this belief, she always planned and executed life with predetermined goals. And this is no other person but the first ever female president of the Gambian Association of the Gambian Students in India, and that is Roheyatou. Roheyatou, you are welcome. The podium belongs to you as of now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Miss Rohi, is she around?
Yes, one is here. Okay. I will say a big good evening to everyone, especially to the executive, the 7 executives of GAM. And I am honored to be here and listening to all these, I would say, wonderful presentation done by Karamo and the presence of Penda.
Sorry to interrupt you, Miss Rohi. Do you mind switching on your video?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know whether it's too good. Am I visible?
Yes, you are. You can continue.
Okay. I would say thank you so much to be part of this webinar, and also to see that still now the GAM in association is doing a good job, a great job. I was one of the presidencies of the Gambian students, and I think it was one of the things that I will forever be grateful for. And today we are here, or should I do another how do you call it, introductions? Because biography is already there. But currently, I am Roheyatou Dibba. I'm working in the WASIP project as the water engineer. And this project is to increase and improve the water supply of Norway. I'm working with a consulting firm called GAM Consultants in partner with Antia France, Watura, and SGI. So I'm here with my colleague. Before going for, I would say Diane. Hi from this other side. I'm working with her on the project. She's also a young female engineer. She's a hydrogeologist. So you're welcome here. Today we are talking about women in science, women in STEM, empowerment of women. To me, I always take this topic as something very personal, because when it comes to empowerment, it's a wide term of its own. But in general, we will say this is to recognize people that have been neglected in the society. It's never going to be easy. I always said this. If you are a female, you are coming into the sciences, you have to be mentally prepared, physically prepared. You know that along the line, you will have challenges. I always say this. You could have done something easier. We have, like, women are always recognized that we can do like entrepreneurship, BBA, management. It's open for all, and we are not limited to that. When we say the sciences, we said it's in the harder aspect of it. when it comes to engineering, it's never going to be easy. You come to medicine, you're dealing with people's life. You come to engineering, it's implementation of reality. So the list goes on. So if you want to do engineering, you want to do the sciences, I always advise you have to be mentally prepared to know that I want to do something that is not accepted by all. But this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to change in the society. I personally, I came to India in 2018 with zero knowledge of India. What happens in India? I know nothing about India. I was just a young student, graduated from grade 12. I applied, saw a scholarship, then I applied, and they said, we are not giving scholarship on engineering. It's BBA, economics, I would say on the commercial aspect, and law. I said, this is not what I want, but why not let me give it a try? I then applied for BBA. My initial intention to go to India with the private scholarship I had was BBA. I had scholarship on BBA, but me, knowing the fact that I don't want to do BBA, but I know when I reach in the university, I will make sure to do what I want to do. I just want the chance. All I asked for was a chance. Just give me the chance, then I'll prove you wrong. From there, I went to LPU. They said I have to go and do the formal registration. Then I went inside. Everything was done. We have is it a physiotherapy or something? She said, this is what you want to do. What is your first choice? I said, this was never what I want to do. I said, I want to do engineering. She said, then why are you doing BBA? I said, because I'm limited. They said, I cannot do engineering. You're already offering only in BBA. She said, no. Then can you please give an engineering course? They said, no, before you do engineering, I have to be good in mathematics, further maths, chemistry, and physics. I say you can go on with my transcript, and I was able to have an average of 85%, which was eligible to do engineering. I went to the engineering field. The day I was there, it's like they are on midterms. Anybody here from LPU, please? Do we have students from LPU?
Why LPU?
Yes, we are here.
Senabu can attest to that. As far as we are in LPU, there's a lovely professional university. There's nothing lovely about that. It's like where your heart to start from. There is nothing lovely about it. So it was like basically the structure of the courses is like you have 20 on midterms, 10% for attendance. I think you have is it 70 on academics? So now final exams. Then me going after midterm, they are like, no, you have to wait for next semester because it's like you are going to be fighting 70 over 100. So your failure rate is going to be super, super, super high. It's like at a rate of 95%, you will not be able to make it in this. I'm like, why not let me give it a try as far as I'm here. And I don't know that I was late because it's an opportunity for me. I worked through it. Alhamdulillah, I was able to have good grades. And the head of department could not believe that I was even able to have one credit on those. He was like, you have only 2 reappears. I'm like, what do you mean 2 reappears? I don't even want that. I want better. But the fact that I'm saying this, it was like going to something and having failures it should be a part of encouragement. It should not be like a failure. You felt like you could have done better or something. Just learn from what you did and go forward. From that day, I put it at the back of my mind. I said, this course is for 4 years. I will make sure that this 4 years, I'm going to be limited to 4 years. I will not even have a semester on top of my 4 years. And alhamdulillah, it was not an easy one because when we are doing civil engineering there, I think we were 5 females, 2 from Africa, 3 are Indians, and our total class was something like 60. So it's within that classroom, you could see that it's not even balanced. So when it comes to gender inequality, it's everywhere. People saying that Indians are based in engineering, like in the sciences. But still now, in that classroom, after seeing 5 women, I was like, why are we only 5? So it's like this domain requested for us, and we need to give it to them. Then the second thing was me being a black person in India becomes another issue. I was like, I have to work 3 times than the Indians in able to fit within. My where I sit inside the class is in front. I don't care whether I'm able to give any positive idea, but I will always make sure that I am also contributing in the class. Then I become like one of the best students, everybody's choice. Like all the teachers, when they're in class, I'm not in class, they are requesting, where am I? That's what I wanted. I wanted to make an impact in that class so that I would be recognized and also be given the privilege to learn freely within the midst of men. And from there, they were saying, I had that. I went to the HOD. It's also very important when you're in the school, you said you want to do something, you have to know everything about what you're doing. I said, is it possible to have an internship during my course? They said, yes, you can have 6 months or 1 year internship on your last semesters. But this is going to be possible if you are able to have an average score of 75 on your previous semesters. So that means you have to work extremely hard to be eligible to an internship. And Alhamdulillah, I was. Then I choose to do my internship in the Gambia. I did my internship in the Gambia in Nawek for a period of 1 year with zero stipend. And everybody in engineering, you come to Gambia, just put at the back of your mind that you will do your internship like 95% without a stipend. You will not be given any allowances. But for me, I felt like I set a goal already. So coming into this, I expected that I will have obstacles along the line. I will have challenges along the line. So who am I? I have to just go through it. And I was able to complete my 1 year in NAWEC and the water department. From there, there's a department called PIU, meaning Project Implementation Office. It's consisting of World Bank projects that are happening in the Gambia. So it's like a project implementation office. Then they have electricity and water department. I said, I want to be here. I want to be part of this group. So how to be part of this group? When they said, no, you cannot be employed because we don't have space, even though I know that they have vacancies there, but still maybe they will have preferred to come to give it to a man or something, because one, they have gender stereotype in the Gambia. We have to be mindful of that because every company is thinking of giving a job to a qualified man is preferred to a woman, because when it comes to pregnancy, marriage, and all those stuff, they are thinking it's going to be on losses for them. And they might also think men might perform better than women. So I said, this should not be our limitation. We have to go beyond to how they call it, I would say to show to the world that we could have done better. And I said, yes, I don't even want to be paid. I just want to be here. I just want to learn. Since it's going to consist of different projects, I just want to learn from them. Then I was accepted, and I was working for them for like 6 months without no paycheck after my 1 year. But I always have at the back of my mind, I will make an impact that will force them to employ me. I was working and doing everything. It was a strategy that I was using. And I think this is something that we have to know. We are not going to be accepted as we all think, because as we say, Gambia, you know somebody who knows somebody. But as generations go by, this will be we are not going to implement this, because we will have our I want to say scarcity. There are limitation of people in the sciences. Even you come to the men and put men to women together, Gambia still need more engineers and more people in the sciences. And I was like within 6 months, I had an employment with the PIU, which was a World Bank office. And I was working there also for a period of something like, after my 6 months, another 6 months, I had another opportunity, whereby now I have like two opportunities that I have to choose from, to leave the World Bank and to go to the WASIP project. So everybody in the World Bank, like financially, you're good to go. You have like a lot of benefits in them, and you come to the WASIP, whereby I thought of this is a very big project that consists of different aspects of engineering. And as a young engineer, I always think about the financial benefit, but why not go for the experience and to learn more? Then the finance will come at the end of the things. Then I had to move from World Bank and I went to the WASIP project. The WASIP project is also funded by the AFD, meaning the French Development Agency. So I've been working through this, and Alhamdulillah, things are going smoothly. And my expectations of joining it was okay. But I know it's boring to just be saying stupid things about your own career and everything. But if you see, I bring this up is just to tell people that we have the market. When it comes to the sciences, Gambia itself needs people to do it. So gender will not, like, and in the near future, it's not going to be about gender. It's going to be about who is qualified, who can do this job. So what I always tell people is know your stuff. Right now you're in the university, especially for people that are just from their degrees and they go to their masters. I always advise you have to go for an term of internship, at least to look for a little bit like experience, to know what you really want to dive into. When it comes to civil engineering, you can go for structures, you can go for transportation, you can go for water. The list goes on. But I feel like infrastructure, everybody's doing it. And if you see every day, they are telling me people are building like huge skyscrapers, they are doing the things that you cannot imagine. Then why not let me go for something that I felt like is still needing to be improved on? Then I lodge into the water, and Alhamdulillah, so far so good. It's a good area. And one thing about we also have to know about women empowerment is along the lines you have the challenges is fixed. Either it's going to be discrimination. Is it going to be stereotypes of the gender? Is it going to be social and the cultural aspect of it? Is it going to be family balance, family and work balance? Because normally in Gambia, when you say I'm doing engineering, I'm in the sciences, like example, when you say medicine, they say 7 years. And I also say, are you not going to get married? Yes, like everybody believes that people in the sciences don't want to get married. I tell people it depends on what you want. It's for me, marriage should not be an obstacle. You want to get married today, you get married today, man. You want to get married after your university, you do it. You want to do it after your experience, it's okay. But the key thing is, what is your goal? Your career should be part of your goals. You have to know that I want to achieve something. So I'm not small master. They always say that I tell people not to get married. No. It's very important, but to fit in the society and to have that independent security, to have that financial security, you need to earn something of your own. We have to be honest here. You have to be financially independent. And when they come to women empowerment, I had people saying that it's 50-50. Who is talking about 50-50? We are all either coming from a Muslim background or we are coming from the Christianity background. We all know that there are laws and things that we have to do and not to do. But when you say empowerment, it's nothing to do with the men. This is about giving chance to us also, giving the chance to prove yourself, giving the chance to be independent of your own self. So it has nothing to be 50-50. Go to 75. All we ask for is just a little bit, and just to understand that it's important to be part of the society, to be part of decision making, And I would say now in the job market, at least we are seeing these funding agencies are also making like AFD or World Bank, their new projects, they always say they need a gender specialist and also on safeguard. So when they are saying gender specialist, they want to balance it. In our project, we have 60% of women and 40% to men. So I think the job market is there. What is important is for us to be focused, determined, consistency, and know what you really want is very important. So thank you so much. And if anybody has anything to ask, maybe on the later end we can do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Roheyatou Dibba, for that elaborate and eloquent speech. It was indeed detailed. And like you rightly mentioned, when it comes to women in STEM, STEM is always considered as something that only men are supposed to do. It is seen as something that is so hard and tough for women to be able to handle. So it always comes with that extra thing of being a woman and having to prove yourself that you belong here, you deserve to be here, just like men deserve to be there. But like you rightly mentioned, we are not talking about the 50-50 thing. I mean, yeah, men are 70 and we are 30, and we are okay with that. And of course, determination and consistency is everything. So when as a lady you've decided that you want to be somebody who is a STEM member or somebody who wants to study a course that is STEM related, you need to be determined, you need to be consistent, and sometimes if you have to prove yourself to the rest of the world that you belong there, you do that. So yeah, thank you so much for that speech. Now we'll have Miss Penda, the counselor at the High Commission. She is our able auntie who has always been there for the association and its members and always giving her services whenever and wherever it is needed. So we'll have her biography read by my co-moderator. You're doing a very great job.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. Please give me some minutes. Let me check on something here. Hello, you. The news.
All right. Okay, in the meantime, while Ma looks for what she's looking for, I think it's the biography. I think you can enjoy this song instead of being bored.
Okay. Sorry for delaying your time on that. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Now we are going to read the biography of our final guest speaker, who is a perfect bilingual, that is a she is fluent in both English and French, which are commonly spoken international language globally. She is the counselor at the Higher Commission of Gambia Higher Commission in New Delhi. Since the beginning of May 2023, Mother obtained her first degree in public law with a major in political science and a minor in constitutional law at the University Muhammad bin in Rabat and the Kingdom of Morocco in 2010. In 2012, she obtained a certificate in African regional diplomacy, which was organized by the Australian government, UNICEF, the University of Queensland in Australia, and the Foreign Service Academy of Nigeria. Under the Australia-Africa Partnership, in 2021, this lady obtained a certificate on social diplomatic training at the Sushma Swaraj Institute of Foreign Service in New Delhi, India. She integrated the Ghana Civil Service in 2010 as a cadet administrative officer at the International Economic Cooperative Division (IEC).
and assisted to the translation and interpretation division (TI) at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then in 2019, she served at the Ministry of Youth and Sport for the Republic of the Gambia as a senior assistant secretary before her movement to the office of the Vice President in 2020 for 2 years. Madam got deployed to Foreign Service in 2022 as First Secretary at the European Affairs Directorate and National Focal Person of the International Organization of the Francophone IOF. She is also a country representative for a non-profit organization called Let's Fight Endometriosis, the Gambia, which was founded in 2017 to fight against the stigma attached to infertility caused by endometriosis. She obtained an executive master degree in global public diplomacy and sustainable diplomacy. Jointly research organized by the Militia and Luis School of Government Group. By that being the case, now we would like to welcome Miss Penda Njie to the podium. No matter what, how we spoke about Penda, we can finish talking about Penda's biography. This is just a brief. Penda, the floor is yours. I am as you is. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Please let me know if I am audible enough. Um, Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to grace this occasion. I am honored. I am killing two birds with one stone. I am in the Gambia right now on a mission to deliver or hand over 40 dialysis machines that we have been working on as a mission to help the Gambia government with securing better health care for its people. It fills my heart with joy to see such a diverse audience gathered on this platform, ready to acknowledge and appreciate the power of women's empowerment. Today, I want to share my personal journey with you all. As a young woman battling with endometriosis, a chronic and misunderstood condition, life has presented unique set of challenges. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello?
Yeah, you are. You
Yeah.
are audible.
Thank you. Yet, spite of all these obstacles, I have managed to rise above them and find myself in leadership position, determined to make a difference in my society, especially in women. When we talk about bridging the gap and celebrating women's diversity and empowerment, it is crucial to recognize that true empowerment comes from embracing, accepting our differences. Each one of us has our own battles, our own struggles, and our own unique stories to tell, right? It is through embracing these differences that we can truly appreciate the strength, resilience, and perseverance that lies within us, women, and men that support us, of course. Endometriosis, like many other invisible ailments, which we, the end of warriors, avoid to call it, we call it condition, faced by women, has been a silent struggle for far too long, especially in Black women. The lack of awareness and understanding surrounding this condition often leaves women living or feeling isolated and misunderstood. It is my hope that my speaking out, it can help bridge the gap and shed light on challenges we face as a gender battling with this condition and other invisible illness. But let us not forget, International Women's Day is not just about stories of women fighting against illnesses. It is about celebrating our achievements from all walks of life, all industries, and in every corner of the world. It is about acknowledging the diversity and strength of women in all our forms and empowering one another to push through barriers and break glass ceilings. Just like my ingenious sister just did with all what she has said on her achievements and the struggles she's gone through and where she is at in life right now. Today, I encourage each and every one of us to take a moment to reflect on the incredible women who have inspired you and myself. Let us celebrate their achievements and strides they have made in various fields of life. Let us stand together, shoulder to shoulder, in solidarity. We, we continue to advocate for gender equality, fairness, and inclusivity. In conclusion, I want to express my deepest gratitude to this association for not just being a dormant one like in other countries that we've seen. It is just a name that we see. You have been gathering, you have been showing yourselves, you have been showing what you've learned, you have shown your intent in coming back home and participate in national development. We have noted that most of the women that are studying in India in different and very difficult and sometimes almost termed as fields that men should dominate are increasing. We encourage you girls. We encourage the men that are supporting us directly or indirectly. We applaud you and we celebrate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Auntie Penda for that very important and needed speech. We all needed to hear that. And when it comes to celebrating women, I mean, you don't have to go miles to see women that have overcome their challenges and then are in leadership roles and contributing their quota to national development. Ms. Penda is a very good example of women who have overcome the challenges that they are facing and participating in development. And when we talk about women, I'm celebrating women, the focus is always on men when it comes to gender inequality, when it comes to other stereotypical things, which is an obvious fact. But then it also comes down to women celebrating each other, women empowering each other, women helping and then giving hand to each other. It's about us as women also being there for each other and celebrating the achievements and successes of each other. And giving applause where it is needed in terms of participations that women are doing every day across the group. So thank you so much, Auntie Penda, for that much needed speech. Now we'll have a question and answer session, which my co-moderator, Manima, will moderate. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand and she'll call you in. And please, when you're asking questions, we have three speakers. Please direct the question to one of them, either Mr. Karamo, Touray, or Auntie Penda, or Ms. Roheyatou Dibba. So, Ma, you can moderate the question and answers also.
Thank you, Aisha, for giving me the floor once again to control the question and answer section. Sister Penda, thank you so much for those words. As in your voice, don't call me Auntie Penda, call me Sister Penda. And I think I will stick to that, Sister Penda. Okay, it's time for the question and answer section. It's like Ibrahim Bo's hand is up and several others, but I would like to start the question section with the able Vice President of the Gambian Students in India Association. That is Ibrahim Bo. Please, you can come, but please let your questions be brief as time is not on our sides. Bo.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much. My question just goes to, Madam Roy. Madam Roy. She make mention of very two important points, which I very like, which is a positive behavior, which where, she encounter, being given a course which she don't want to study, but she come, with the intention that I'm going to change it, and later on she realized her dream. So from there also, going to the workplace, where, his intention, like his main goal was like, let me just enter. Like when I enter, I'm gonna make it. That's a slogan I normally move with. That is Amuragal. You really, motivated me, to be honest. Like whatsoever you are doing, you are positive about it. What you always believe is that what you want, you are putting it into consideration, but you also, take what is available and make sure you change it to your preferred. So how do you manage to build that, positivity in you?
Okay, Ibrahim Bo, thank you so much. always like my colleague Dan or people will always tell me, why are you so determined? Like why are you always optimistic? Basically, I would say like roughly I am from a background whereby my father is an engineer and he's so much concerned and he's also an advocate for women education. He will always say, I might be giving you all you want today, but tomorrow I might not be here. So who is easier to take care of you? What can you do for yourself? At a very younger age, I was in the provinces, up to my grade 4. Somebody who couldn't even write her name or even spell her name in grade 4. Can you imagine when people are in the nursery school and they are playing with everything? Then I was being shipped to the combos, like I went to how they call it, Ndaos. I was like, what am I doing here? Because the point is, I cannot fit in. These people are ahead of me 10 times. But I know I have a power and I was very good with numbers. I was not a good English student, to be honest. I just gradually have to work towards it because I know it's something I will need. Then I know I have a potential in mathematics with numbers. I said, why not let me use this to my advantage? I said, earlier, I know that when I speak, people will say, you cannot speak English. They will, like, normally they will laugh, like, at a younger age. And I said, if I want to be something, I ever want to be an engineer since I was young. You know, then they want to come, I'm a tomboy. Like, I act like a, come, if you go to my neck, dal. But that's me, you know. Maybe that's what also forced me to go into the career path that I am in. And for me, one thing is, if you want to see my potential, just give me the doubt. Say that like you cannot do this, then you will see the demon in me. I will always want to prove you wrong that I can do better. I am capable, and one thing about me also, I'm ready to learn. I'm always giving myself the opportunity to learn. Maybe I even do this presentation. I want somebody to tell me, yes, you did well in this, but you could have improved. You could have talked about this. You could have talked about this. Then I would say, yeah, next time I have to be this, 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 this. So I think if you want something, you have to be there, and you have to the energy that I want to be this. You have to be super, super, super determined. So I think that was one of the things. And one of the support system I would say I have is my dad. He will always anything I tell my dad I can drive a plane, he will say yes, you can do it. He or anything I say, he will say yes, you can do it. Because he feels like I have the potentials if I work harder on it, and it will be possible because the people that are driving those aeroplanes or people that are building skyscrapers didn't just jump on one day and said they are doing it. It was a gradual process. It was from learning. The learning you go into your career. So I think you have to be clear of what you want to be, what you want to do, and it's very, very important. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roheyatou Dibba Mbo. I hope that part is clear to you. Pen, Sister Penanya, I saw your hand up, but still, I think I need to give the floor to my able president to speak first. Then I will get back to you solely, please. Pardon my manners. Adama, the floor is yours right now.
Thank you so much. I could have come last though, but it's fine. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I think I have two questions. One will be for the ladies, and the other one will be for Karamo. Um, Karamo talked about the management of endometrix. Some of us might understand what you mean by the management, like such as the swimming, the yoga, and walking. Those are things that can actually manage it. But now my question is, when is it actually advisable to do such training? Is it during the period or it is after the period that is best advisable? Is Karamo here?
Yes, I'm around.
Yes. What is the period that one can, because somebody
Yeah,
on might be, yeah.
thank you very much. That question is very genuine and is very straightforward. Usually, exercises are counter preventive precautions. That like they are precautionary measures, and precautionary measures like they are
you use them to prevent a particular activity to happen. So it's like in case before during you cannot wait until the condition come into play, because some of these are alarming situations. They can occur. You cannot be able to control them. So it's better it is recommended before. It is recommended before, like pelvic floor exercises. Those exercises are recommended before. Yoga also is an activity that can also strengthen your core muscles, your core stability muscles, extensor back extensor muscles, and stuff. I hope I have answered your question.
Sure.
Thank you, Karamo B to the Gambia's next pen. Adam, I think that point is clear.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay,
And
you can.
the last question, it was supposed to be two, but I think I can match them for the ladies. Anyone can come. I want to know about the gender bias when it comes to career. Do you actually face any gender bias when it comes to your career, your job? Like sometimes you know there is an opportunity that a woman can do, yourself you can do, but actually they are giving it to men because of the gender that you have faced. So do you actually have any of those kind? And if yes, can you please explain how you manage to handle that? And the other thing is, to Rohi said, about the engineering stuff. What are the mental aspect of the ladies, like what we face when it comes to this? Because I was also a victim of such, because I actually wanted to go to Amity Senior Secondary School, but that was not the school that I was choosing for me. My uncle chose a different school for me. But when I went to Amity, it was already late. And then people were like, you cannot go to the science is already full, so you can go to the arts. So how do you actually manage this mental health when it comes to this aspect? Like you cannot do it, you are a female, you could have done this, you can go to the arts class, or you can do something different. What are the mental health aspect of it, and how do you actually handle it? Thank you. Back to you, ma'am.
I think those questions are meant for Roheyatou Dibba, right, Adama?
The mental health aspect of the STEM, like the science area, is for Rohi, but like the career, the challenges that women feel, Auntie Penda can come in for that one.
Okay, then I think Roy can come and answer, because Auntie Penda, Sister Penda's hand is up. It's like she have something to ask and answer at the same time.
Yeah.
Roy, you can come in as of now.
Okay, Adama, as you said, the mental aspect is draining. We have to be honest. It's draining. It's competitive. Because basically me, my dad is the the director of water department in Narek. So the point is like I'm also doing water. I don't want to go anywhere close to him, because one is going to be like it's because of her dad. She has this position, and for me, I have one thing in my mind is anything I stand for, I have to earn it. When you say I have right to go to school, it's a right, but I have to implement it. I have to go to school to say that it's part of my right. I said engineering is there, the sciences is there, the work opportunity is there. So what makes it my right? I have to earn it. So going to school is one part of it. The second part of it, you have to be mentally ready and also to be ready to impact. You want to leave a mark. Like I did this, I left there, they have to come for me. How do you do that? You have to be determined. I would say initially when I go, sometimes like I go to work, I come back, like I have to cry in my room, because it's like sometimes you could see that the chances were different. Maybe you even want to talk, somebody will try to twist it and just try to tell you, come on, you're just a little girl. You just graduated yesterday, so we have more experience than you. But for me, I always say that you have to, you went to school in the ages, like in the 80s and the 90s. I am in the 21st century. I know better than you, So you have to listen. So the point is, I always give them one scenario. When you were going to school, you were not all having the privilege to use all these softwares and all those stuff. And I am privileged to have it. And I learned and I can use it. Something that is going to take them 10 days to do, and it's going to take me a few hours to do it. I mean, come on, why not? They have to, like, I force them to be relying on me. So the aspect of mental health is there. You will see it. And sometimes you see, like, even the women, not even in the men aspect, you will see elderly women that have been there before you. And when you came, they'll be like, no, ki halala. Like, you're going to teach us what to do. And that's where the discipline comes in. I always make it clear, I'm not teaching you what to do. I just want to express what I learned for you to help me through. So you do that, it's like you are telling them, I'm young, I don't know. I'm just giving you the privilege to help me to be like you. But Gambians, you want to tell them to do something right, even is in the male or the female domain, you have to subdue and be disciplined. For me, disciplinary aspect is very good and it helps me out very, very well. Because the point also is somebody who have been working for 20 years and you want to bring something new, you have to have a strategy to explain to them. Because they will always feel like you want to belittle them or you want to think you know more than them. And we have to be honest, experience is the key. Huh? No matter how smart you are, somebody who is more experienced than you knows the market more than you. So you just have to learn and try to be mentally strong. For me, I always say, the moment you said, I want to do science, you have to be mentally strong. You have to be. You have to know that, yes, this will happen. So it happens. I'm like, yeah, I think this will happen and it happens. So I have to go through it. Who are they to even determine what I want or what should I do? And I saw Katim Touray and Dauda and others. I would give them a thumbs up. Katim was one of the people that I would always say that we need in our society. Katim was the vice president of the third executives that were here, and he really helped out in a lot. So shout out to you, Katim Touray.
Thank you, Dibba, for those points. I hope that is clear, Adama. And also, Katim Ture directed one question to you, who Aji Rohi, as Katim typed. I will ask that question later, but now I think I need to give the floor to Penda, Sister Penda, before she forgets her question. And she also have to answer one of Adama's question was directed to her, if I can remember well. So I don't know, Sister Penda, whether you'll answer the question first or you ask your question, but the floor is yours now.
Actually, killing two birds with one stone. I am in the Gambia, almost in the provinces, trying to be in this webinar because I feel that it's super important. So my question is already out of my head. That is one of the symptoms of endometriosis. Please remind me. and then I'll ask my question.
But I think you need to come back now. Okay.
I'll soon come back.
I think I can remember your question, Auntie Penda.
Okay, then.
Yes, please.
Because I wrote it down. I wrote it down already. You were
Yes.
like joint pain that women used to experience or females used to experience during endometriosis that leads to osteoarthritis and others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, that is my question. Now, the question that I want to remember is what Adama directed to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's give the floor to Adama to ask the question again once more, please.
Yeah, I was just asking if you have actually faced career bias, like opportunity bias when it comes to the job market. Do you experience anything of career bias? And if yes, how do you manage it?
Career bias, Adama, Alhamdulillah, I haven't faced it, to be honest. But doubts because of my health, doubts because of my physical size. When you see me, you would think that I am 18, and doubts because I am a woman. The doubts because I am a woman gave me strength to never give up. The doubts because of my health, I have been managing so well because I tried my best to have a good academics. I am always on the run for new levels. I managed to, without, even regardless of financial challenges, I managed to get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree with multiple languages. And I made sure that I am indispensable. People will need me. Yes, that is for the gender. And I am not scared of taking any new challenges. Whatever comes my way, I just take Itacola and I will battle it and I will move on. If I can take endometriosis, there is nothing that can stop me as a woman. Now, for my physical size, Fula and Faida and Jom, you will stand in front of me and think that you can mess with me, but I will stand my grounds and show you no matter what you think of me, what is it's inside my head and my heart and my intellect, you will not be able to bring any, you will not be able to bring me down. So those are the only things that have been keeping me going. But challenges as such, I haven't faced. No gender bias challenges can push me down or deter me. Nothing, absolutely. Thank you. And now I will come to my question. Karamo, you know, with arthritis and chronic fatigue syndrome, you know that with yoga, there are a lot of bends that you do and salutations. Even with salat, I have that problem because sometimes I'll just want to sujood or ruku and my kneecap would leave me. I'll have to push it back. I have to take vitamin D3 every week. Once a week, I'll take a pill. How would you, because I cannot stop doing any physical activity because I cannot run, I cannot cycle. Yoga is the easiest and salat. So how do you advise me and people like me to be able to continue doing our physical activities but dealing with challenges of endometriosis? Thank you.
You are muted, Karamo.
Karamo, your mic is off. You are muted, please. I think we need
Okay,
to wait.
sorry. Thank you very much, Auntie Penda. Your question is very, very paramount. I'm using two devices at the same time, so that's why I'm experiencing that. Okay. First of all, is like when it comes to pain management, one of the things that are required in dealing with endometriosis is like with joint pain and endometriosis, you have to take NSAID drugs. NSAID drugs are what drugs? These are non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs. But these are drugs. When it comes to drug, personally, as a physiotherapy student, which I am trying to change the scope in the Gambia, that is like medications are usually counter medications. When it comes to medication, they are prescribed by doctors. So see a professional doctors that can be able to prescribe you not just a painkiller, but a painkiller that can also will not give you long-lasting complication that can also affect you. Secondly, is like you can also do what they call hormonal therapy. Medications are also advisable in order to prevent joint pain. Like what are hormonal medication? These are birth control pill, progesterone therapy can also be done, and also a lot of GNR things like growth hormonal resistant medication and stuff can also be done. And also you can do what they call physical exercises most of the time when it comes to strengthening exercises. This is why physiotherapists, we are different from physiotherapy. This is where it comes to play. Most of the time you will understand that when you are doing some activities, you feel pain. But the way you feel pain and the way that pain should have been reacted, because the action potential, when it comes to generation of action potential, that's like the calcium channels and sodium channels that generate stimulus to pain. So most of the time, when you are doing exercises, you have to target these core muscles. For example, joints are crossed by muscles in some cases, like at the knee. So most of the time, there are joints that you need to target that can be able to help you in order to make sure that you do. Massage therapies are also very, very useful in order to manage this, and acupuncture. But I'm not so in the Gambia, we have acupuncture. Of course, maybe there are therapists there as I'm speaking to you now, but I haven't known any other person. But massage therapies are required. When I said massage therapy, I mean professional massage therapists. Professional massage therapists, these individuals supposed to be able to help you in order to counter that one. Because otherwise, like you said, it will lead to degenerative condition that is known as osteoarthritis. And these are long-term pains. As you are going, the joint cartilage is getting wiped, So when the joint cartilage is getting wide, of course, there will be that friction that help you and me to bend our knees smoothly without feeling pain. The cartilage, when it has problems, now the joint will have direct contact. So when you bend, there will be that kind of lock. The joint will lock. It cannot bend smoothly. So therefore, that disturbance will also disturb you. Otherwise, you have to do the last results, that is surgical management. And we all know what surgical management, when you signal that one to people, we know what it takes like, because we would not want to reach to that other end. But anyway, these are some of the things that you can do to prevent. Massage, acupuncture can be done, and also you can do what they call physical therapy in terms of exercise. Heat and cold are also advised. That can also help to affect the joint, alleviate pain, and also reduce inflammation.
Yes, thank you, Karamo. I think for acupuncture, I have heard before I left the Gambia that there are some Chinese that offer it here. With regards to the massage and the Ayurvedic massages that I have discovered in India, though, there are no institutions offering them in the Gambia. So maybe that's a investment opportunity that you, as a physiotherapist, that you could have when you come back to the Gambia. Set up your clinic, introduce the Gambians to yoga and Ayurvedic medicine. That would be so nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Karamo, Touray, and Sister Penda Njie. I hope those parts are clear, and not just for Sister Penda, but for the majority of us here, because it's a very important point that many people are going through, not just the female gender, but even the male gender. Some of them are going through those kind of pain during prayer and other physical exercises. Okay, I would like to Ablai Njie hand is raised up. But before going to Ablai, it's like Katim has asked a question here. The question was directed to Aji Rohi, as Katim said. And the question read, what is your recent breakthrough in your field, and how does it have the potential to impact society in the future to inspire young female engineers? I love that question. Rohi, the question is yours.
Okay. Thank you on this. Maybe Katim, he even know one thing about me. I'm always on social work. I'm always trying to be part of something that is given back to the country. For me, what I always say is, working within Gambia or outside of Gambia, you can still make your impacts. And for that to be possible, you should know what we really want. In the Gambia, we all know that we have water. We are saying that one of our natural resources is water, but still now we are having some parts of the country are still finding difficulties to even have a drinking water. It's like it has to be systematic. Maybe you have it around 2 o'clock, or you're saying that you have it at night. Whilst we all know the water is fundamental right of every human being. And when it comes to, if NAWEC is not able, or the government is not able to supply everybody, we have to know that sometimes the demand is super high, is very high. That means people that have funds or maybe are rich will just go drill boreholes in their house. So let's talk about people that are less privileged. You know that it's your fundamental right, but you cannot have it. So I said, why not we talk about something that is under the ground? Let's say what is happening underground. Are we just saying that we have natural resources down there, but we are not using it, or we are just misusing it, or we don't know the right process to go through around it? And this still will come back to when you're choosing your career. For me, even you're on your first semester in the university, you said you are doing mechanical engineering. Always go online, market for mechanical engineering or job opportunities or job employment. You will always see the criteria they will ask. Maybe they will say on this aspect of it. When it comes to engineering, when you say water engineers or hydrogeologists, or you said something, you just have to look for the market. You feel like, yes, here there should be an interest. For me, basically, when I was on my degree, I don't even know there's something to talk about hydrogeologists, and I want to be a water engineer. It's when I was in this project, I know that we have a hydrogeologist, meaning they are going to do the study of the underground water. What is happening down there? What treatment can we do? What can we do to improve it? So I felt like I want to also help out the society. If we know that we can help, maybe NAWEC is using chlorination right now for their treatment. We could have used a cheaper, because we should know that on their process also, when they are doing the processing, is expensive. So if the processing is expensive, this will still come back to the customers. The customers will pay in high rate. So why not we use ways that we can treat this water with maybe zero or something that is super cheap? If it's cheaper on their side, it will also impact the end product. The end product mean, or the end users, the people who are going to also buy this water is going to be maybe nothing, or the government can say we are going to supply water freely. Nobody's going to pay. But how can this be happening? Because if somebody there is not to know, like you're not digging to say that I want to know this can be possible, it will forever be like that. So I felt like going to the career part is important for you to impact anything on the society. It's fundamental right. And cut him to the, don't worry, I'll just give you a field water treatment, or I'll just have a company that will be supplying freely.
Maya, mic is muted.
Yeah, sorry for that. Okay, thank you, Roheyatou Dibba, for those points. I think Katim just asked the question on behalf of the other rest of us here. I think Rohi, according to your speech, you are working at Navik, but I think there's something that Navik used to do with like the West Coast region,
Sorry. I'm
like
not working at NAWEC.
oh, it's okay then.
I'm not working at NAWEC.
Oh, okay then, whatever. Because it's
No,
then
no, sorry. Like, let me make it clear. I'm a consultant working for NAWEC. I'm working for GAP Consultants. Basically, I could say Antia Group, but it's an international firm. Their partners is GAP Consultants. So I'm a consultant to a project for NAWEC. I'm not working for NAWEC.
oh, okay. Okay, then that is clear. Like the west coast region of the Gambia, the villages there, I think all the villages have their own water tank, like their own boreholes. And those boreholes, I think they are using solars to supply the town, but the towns are 24/7 water accessible. So I think that was going to be one of the best things now we can also do in the urban area. But the fact that you are not at NAVIC, that you are just a consultant there. Maybe when Adama and his team also try to get another webinar for us to be linked to NAVIC, then we'll raise those kind of points. By the way, I would like to invite Abla Njie to ask his question. I think he also has a question. Abla, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Ma. It's more like a comment or a contribution, not actually a question. I once again want to thank the presenters. I think they've done justice. And looking at or hearing the presentations, I'm definitely inspired. Like ladies can do it, or ladies are even doing it, especially in the STEM area. I just feel happy hearing some of those inspiring words and those motivations that she made. Looking at independence leadership, so you can realize how strong she was and how strong she could have gone through to make sure that she have achieved her goals. So this has been said that ladies that are here, especially those are in the science area or in the STEM area, to tell you that STEM is the way out. To be honest, science and technology is the way out. Those whoever is there, be rest assured that you are already there, because you might not even need anyone to employ you to in order to excel. People will be like fighting fire. Imagine if a UN project and another project trying to compete or trying to get over you, that's just something important. Leadership is also important as an independence area. I know without them we will not be there. But again, science and technology is definitely there. So I want to implore and explore all the GAM students, especially those in the STEM area, the likes of Sienna Busanyang and the team, to keep it up and know that they have chosen the right field and not like Adama's field. We have a field that is definitely strong, and I can confidently say so. So just to say, we're really happy for those presentations. It's really remarkable. Thank you.
Thank you, Njai. That is very clear. Thank you so much for those points, Abla Njai. I would like to invite Mariama Jallo. her hand is also raised up. Mariama Jallo, the podium is yours.
Good evening, everyone. My question is directed to Auntie Penda. From your biography, I learned that you did your bachelor's in pol science, and then from there you have excelled so well, and from there you excel well in your master's and subsequently in your overall career. So, like, what do you have for people who think that, like, once you study pol science, you are going to be a politician? Because I always have those kind of comments from people, and I know that, like, I'm not planning to be a politician, but working towards something.
Eh,
And in that, I have to start from somewhere. So, what do you have? What do,
yes.
what do you have to say on that?
Maria,
Yes.
thank you very much for that question. Whilst I was also specializing in political science, I got those sorts of comments a lot. And studying political science does not mean that you have to be a politician. Yes, it is the studying the arts or the science of politics for you to understand actually how it is run, how what goes on, and the way it is done. But it entails a lot. It is like an umbrella field that englobes political, international law, diplomacy, public, local administration. That is even local administration, meaning the municipalities, decentralized government, and all that. So, studying political science, you would have access to more diversions as to the arts subjects than if you go straight to public administration or policy development. So that should not discourage you. In my view, it is just you studying a broader subject that can give you a lot of derivations. I did political science and minor constitutional law, ended up doing executive public diplomacy and sustainable development. And I am in the diplomatic field. It gives me access to more policy, ways of developing policy, applying the practical ways of diplomacy. And today, if I were ever to be recalled back to the Gambia and sent to KMC or Bikama Area Council, I have done public decentralized administration. That wouldn't be a problem. So I don't know if I have answered your question.
Yes, you have answered the question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Auntie Penda is someone really inspiring. The future needs people of your kind and the kind of Roheyatou Dibba and the Fisio and to mention but a few, especially in the female. You guys are so inspiring in the female gender. I will not forget my able president Adama, someone to look upon to. Okay, and now I think, is there any other question? Okay, hence there is no other question. I would like to hand over the floor back to my presenter, that is Esatu Jello. Esatu, you can.
All right, thank you so much, Mani Majane. You've moderated the question and answer session very well. And we'd like to thank Diane, Roheyatou's friend, for joining this webinar. Diane, thank you for joining us here today. Yeah, and of course, we'd like to thank the presidents, the former presidents of GAM in the likes of Dauda Bojang, Katim Touray, Rohi Dibba. You guys have done a great job, a tremendous job and sacrifice. What you guys are seeing here today, it's a result of the hard work that you guys have put in the association. Because as the statement goes, the success of a leader is measured by how successful his or her predecessors are. So, and the 7 Executive Council is doing a great job. They've done a lot of events. They've conducted a lot of things that are in the benefit of students here. And they've always been there for our welfare. We are grateful to Adam and her team. We just have a small request, actually. Can those of us who are present here please switch on our cameras? The 7 Executive Council wants to take a picture. It's a sort of virtual picture, but please, can all of us switch on our cameras, please? Please, we're almost at the end. We just have a closing remark by the Vice President, then we will end the webinar. It's been long, and some of us, I know, might have things to do, but please, this is a request. Please, can all of us switch on our cameras, please?
Senabu, you're the one making me laugh. I am eating some nice nyankatang. I'm not coming with some for you.
Auntie Penda, please bring it for me, please.
What about the rest? Zainab, your camera is off.
It's like Auntie Penda is it behind mango tree. I can see mango tree there.
Mariama,
Let me see this. See those.
Some of us are on the screen, so we need them on.
This world traveler is in Delhi right now.
Senab.
Ma, leave Senab alone, please. Maria Jallo.
Senab is a world traveler.
On your camera, why?
Sister Penda, Senab is a traveler.
Hey, Harlem.
Yep, Fenedy. What guys?
Actually,
on your camera sig. Please talent sa camera. Then hala sa network ba hut legi ha Gambian network du de ba fofu.
Lemon ma. Abdallah, natal bi fum tolu?
We are good to go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I mean, you can still leave your
Adam.
Okay. Can we get back to the webinar, please?
One more.
Okay, now about this, I think you need to give a closing remark before we leave as the Vice President.
Okay, we're good to go. Thank you.
Before we come in for the closing remark, I just have something to say. Auntie Penda and the High Commission in Gambia here. You've made mention of being in the Gambia to deliver some dialysis machines, I believe.
network, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Sister Pena, me Gambia, I don't understand.
Okay.
Auntie Penda, you might you might have to off your video then in order to have a good signal.
Let's just give her some few minutes and see.
The question. There's a question.
Yes.
Thank you.
She's coming.
Yes.
Auntie Penda, have you heard what I said?
Yes.
Yeah, you made mention of being in the Gambia to deliver some diet. Oh, okay. No, after the dialysis machine, I think Auntie Penny is having something for this.
Yes, I am back.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
I was asking something regarding the dialysis machine.
Yes.
Yeah, are the dialysis machines from India through the High Commission of Gambia in India?
Yes, actually, there were funds that were allocated to the Gambia to contribute to development projects, and we had received approval for it to be reoriented for the purchase of 40 dialysis machines, some dialysis chairs, and 2 portable ultrasound machines for the Edward Francis Small Hospital and other hospitals related to it. So this is like an aid that the Indian government is giving to the Gambian government through the High Commission of the Gambia in Delhi. with the leadership of His Excellency Ambassador Jawara. He had been negotiating to bring a means of providing better health care to the Gambian people, and this is just one of those initiatives.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that question, answer, Auntie Penda. And thank you, to you and the Gambia High Commission through the leadership of His Excellency Mustafa Jawara. I think the Gambia really needs dialysis machines. We had, I think, less than 20 dialysis machines for a population of more than 2 million. And recently, we are having a lot of kidney diseases and issues that and the need for dialysis is actually increasing on a daily basis with patients suffering from kidney diseases that need continuous dialysis all the time. So thank you so much.
You're, you're
I'm sure
welcome. But also, I just want to highlight that there is another opportunity to invest. We are with a group of investors, the Kim's Hospital. We have managed to bring them to the Gambia. They are arriving today, and there is a project of building a hospital that they have started also in Ghana. They are going to try and replicate the same thing in the Gambia, and also some agro food processing investment group called the Haldiram Group. We have managed to come also with the Gambia with. So it's on the sidelines of delivering these machines. We are trying to bring investors to the Gambia to just contribute to national development.
Okay, that is crucial and it's a really important initiative. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Auntie Penda. Thank you. Now
Thank you,
we can.
Auntie Penda and Aisa too. Please, it's like Roheyatou Dibba have something to say. Her hand is
Oh,
up.
okay, Rohit.
Royal Dibba, please, you can come in. Auntie Penda, I think that is for you.
Okay, I just want to say like thank you to everyone to giving me this opportunity to be here today to listen and learn from each other because I would say everybody we are all in the learning process. We always say we have to be determined, you have to focus, you have to be self-acceptance. Don't forget to have it balanced. I always say this. Don't forget to have your social part also. You are young and wild, you have to explore. Huh? Bu leen fàtte ambiance bi daal si la bokk.
Yeah, Sila Boka.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Rahia Deva, Ambience Sila Boga, that is the Gambian students for that matter, Ambience Sileng Boga. And thank you to Miss Penda and Njie. Your presence is highly detected and recognized together with Rohi. I will not forget to mention Fisher in the Gambia's next pen. You guys did great job. And it was a great pleasure to have you here. Now I would like to welcome the Vice President of the Association of the Gambia Students in India, Ibrahim Mbo. You can come and give a closing remark. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Aisatu, my great hosts, Kendi and Mashallah. You did a great job. Assalamu alaikum to you all and greetings to everyone. Okay, I would like to thank you all, for attending the webinar and most especially our guests, that is Mr. Karamo, Fisio, Auntie Penda, our only auntie, and then Madam Roheyatou Dibba, my mentor. Not that you have a mentee today, mashallah. We are really glad, to learn from you all. And a special thanks also have to go to our people that join us, like we have other sisters associations that join us here. I saw like the president of Morocco, like Gambian Students in Morocco Association, that is GASAM, the president, Mr. Malik Job. He's here with us. And then we have the BP of RC, the president of Ghana, and some people from Ghana, and then the Gambia alumni. We are really grateful for you all. And then our PhD scholars too, like we are really grateful, for you all, for joining us in this particular webinar. It was indeed a great webinar and a learning point for all of us. As women are very, vital in our daily lives, from starting to the end. Like before we are birth, they are the one who take care of us, when they give birth to us, take care of us until, even sometime, they will be the last person to take care of us before we go to our grave. Therefore, women are everything to us. For me, people used to say, Boyo ni. Sometimes I will tell them, hey, I will cook for my wife, this. But come look here, it's not 50-50, but you just have to help, and all of you are great. So as the saying goes, if you educate a girl child, you educate a nation. So I would like to applaud to you all. Please keep up the good work and the great work you are all doing. We really have iron ladies in GAM, most especially like you all, and most especially like our president here, Adam, who's also a great leader, as you all know. We really, thank her for the great leadership. And also, I would like to thank the academic department for coming up with such a great, event that is this webinar. It's such a great program, definitely, and a learning point for all of you, and a point to recognize the people we have with us, that is the ladies and the women who constitute a large number of us and a very good number of, and those like anytime we call, they are always there for us. Thank you all, and thank you everyone. Jarama jërëjëf jokonjale kontaan ala baraka jërëjëf. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That is all for now. We appreciate all of you for coming in here today.
Lady, I'm being modest.
Ado lay lekk fani ñu ne fani lay lekk
Adama, bye-bye. Zainabou, see you all soon.
Bye-bye, Auntie Penda.
Bye-bye, Auntie Penda.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have fun. Cila bobu bu len ko faté de.
yaay leer de.
Madame Dibba. Gis nga sa successor bi Adama lexi mu ngay ñëw président.
Indi am problème.
Gis nga lexi suñu président bi Adama.
Dugula na dugula.
Yes.
Adama da ngay lekk ba.
yaay stress yaay leer. Yaay graw.
Ko ci la bokka de.
Ay daw.
And okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having you, Rohey. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adama.
Zainabou, yow lay wóor.
Bàyyi Zainabou mu free. Balen Zainabou. We explore.
Zainabou, yow nga dem Friday ngay ñibbi. Dama ko bëggoon na report sax.
Yéen naa ko de.
Yéen nga ko.